these huge rivers of ice are flowing faster and crashing even more spectacularly into the sea. Some people are taking advantage of the spectacle while it lasts. This is the end of the line for the Columbia, a crystal maze of deteriorating ice that draws Baylog in.
Out here. Basically, we're looking at a whole landscape full of crystals. It's a cool spot. There's a lot of power here. It seems to be calm, it seems to be still, but there's this constant energy of the sea coming and going and carrying this huge glacier away. It's a revelation. Every time we open up these boxes and download these images and bring them up on the computer and play them back, your eyes are popping out of your head.
Although calving is normal, the Columbia is losing ice so quickly that in the last 30 years the glacier has receded 16 kilometers up the fjord. The seismic record confirms that the calving events have the unique signatures of fractures caused by water. As rising temperatures create more surface melting, the water pours into the cracks in the glacier and wedges it apart. The potential for the polar ice sheets to flood the planet is staggering. If all of Greenland and Antarctica were to melt, the oceans would rise 60 meters. But over geological time, these ancient bulwarks of ice have withstood many periods of climate warming. Until a few years ago, scientists thought the ice sheets were simply too big and too dense to be an immediate risk. But the latest evidence is making them think again.
I can see, I think, maybe 250 feet down into the dark. No sign of the bottom, but this water is just drilling down into the ice sheet. There's this great unknown here, this great mystery of where does all this water go and what does it do to the flowing and the melting of the ice sheeting, sending it out to sea? Nobody really knows.
Baylog is just scratching below the surface of the ice sheet. Below him is nearly a kilometer of solid ice. In these compressed layers of the ice sheet, there are clues to how fast Greenland could melt. Most importantly, scientists have identified a direct historical link between increases in greenhouse gases, like carbon dioxide, and steep rises in global temperatures. At every peak, big rises in sea level followed, as Greenland's ice sheet shrank. Roughly 125,000 years ago, temperatures rose by about 4 degrees Celsius. The entire southern portion of the ice sheet melted, and global sea levels rose by over 3 meters.
But right in here, there's this line of jewels as you come around the arc of this berg, and all the water drops are coming in, and the sun makes this fantastic necklace of jewelry along the edge of this. Oh man, I can't. Let's do it again. There's something in there. This is one of the most exceptional landscapes I've ever seen in my life. You know, this looks so much like those incredible canyons out in the sandstone country in Utah. And you have that, except it's sculpted out of ice.
The strangest phenomenon is the mystery of the meltwater lakes. As the ice sheet cooks down, the meltwater collects in depressions in the ice, forming thousands of lakes, some several kilometers wide and nearly 15 meters deep. The final chapter of Baylog's story plays out on the southern coast of Iceland, where he discovers an unrivaled confrontation between the ice and the sea.